Hey guys, Thunder here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see my other videos. Today, we're back in The Sims and we're building, so let's get to it. Okay, so today we are building a base game house. We are in Willow Creek on the Crick Cabana lot. This ends up being a 2-bed, 1-bath, and it ends up being 35,394 simoleons. You can get it off the gallery. My ID is Thundera Shadow. Honestly, I'm going to be totally honest here. I had a totally different build plan, but I went to build it and I just did not feel like building it. So I decided to do a base game house instead. And I was thinking it was going to be a starter house, but it didn't. It didn't end up being that way. And then for some reason when I moved it, it put these pink lines and I was trying to get rid of them, and I know that they're from residential rentals, so I just went and I changed it to residential rental lot type, and then I changed it back to residential. I did not want the lines. I did not. That was a no for me. But yeah, and then I was trying to figure out, because I had the bathroom up front there, and I was like, well, if I put the 2 bedrooms over here, I'm not going to be able to get, like, they're not going to have access to bathroom, which is bad. So yeah, had to figure something else out there. And that's when I came up with like this like hallway type situation. So yeah, really happy with how it came out though. And I went in like not really having much of a story, just kind of thinking about what I could do and all that, and I ended up with, honestly, I think a pretty good story. I think this is a single mom. She got pregnant, and the thing is that she thought she was going to have a girl, because she's never, like, I don't think her dad was in the picture. I think she was just her mom. I think it was just her mom, and her sisters. I don't think she's ever had a boy in the family, and now all of a sudden she has a son. So I have her as a single mom with, I think, a toddler son. And I thought that would be such a fun storyline. Like, she's had her mom, her sisters her whole life, and all of a sudden now she has a son. So I thought that would be just so much fun. And just gonna put in the doors. Of course, everything is base game, so that's where we're at with that. And for some reason I thought that this was like where the wall, like I had forgotten to put walls, but no, that's just where the doors were. So yeah. Just gonna put in this like square base game light, and then this fun blue one in the child's room. Looking for something for the bathroom, I ended up going with this one, and then I put the same light in the bedroom as I did in the living area. So yeah, and then just gonna go and do the roof. It's a really simple just two roofs there, nothing much there. As far as anything covering the porches, I was thinking about it, but it would require columns, and I did not like how the columns were sitting, so I said no. They're just gonna have to get wet going in and out of the house, really. And then I kind of wanted something up above here, just because it kind of looked blank, and I knew there wasn't gonna be anything else up there, so I put this window, and then just gonna go and put the rest of the windows in the house. It was very interesting trying to figure out which windows to use and which ones that I just didn't like, and trying to get the color to match and all that, and yeah. And then, like I said, just trying to figure out where I wanted and what I wanted where. It was something. And then this window, I thought it was the same as the one I had put up front, but then it's like, wait a minute, no, it's not. It's like, that is not the same. So trying to figure out which window I had actually used, I thought it was this one again. Not that one. And then I scrolled down and I finally found it again. And then I was going to put like those long windows on this side, but then it's like, okay, well, I need so many of them, and half of them are going to be covered by the kitchen cabinets anyway, so let me just use this other one that I was using and just put in a few of them. So, and I really like how they're white on the inside, but they're still the brown on the outside. And I did just make this like a gray, but there's a lot of pink touches, because I think she was living here first by herself, and then she ended up having the boy, and I honestly think she was probably planning on having a girl, but I did not show that. I really wish I had left that like brownstone. It would have looked really good, but I do think that I just make this light bump out the same. Yeah, I make it the same as the house. And I don't show me doing it, but I did do the 2 roofs in the gray siding as well. Just gonna put in some flooring, then we gotta get the wallpaper, but first we have to get the tile. Honestly, I just kind of wanted something simple, so I went with this. It's like a grayish color, but I think it will still work. In fact, I know it still works because I used it. Yeah, just kind of trying to figure out about these windows and figure out where I wanted them, and I really wanted flower boxes. At first, though, it was like, I don't think that's going to work, and then I was like, let me just try it again and see. And I think it works just fine. That one I had to put on Move Objects to put on, though, because it was not fully on the wall, so it was like, I don't think you should put that there, but I was like, I want that there. And then just 2 over here. And that's like the only window boxes I put on the entire house, but it's still fine. And then just trying to figure out about the rest of the place. I do put in this blue like dinosaur wallpaper for the child's bedroom. Like I said, I still think she was planning on having a girl, but then she found out it was a boy and she was like, okay, I could do that. So, yeah. And then just gonna put in this pink wallpaper almost everywhere. And then this one, but with white. Yeah, right here in the main bedroom. And then the tile for the kitchen and the bathroom, I think I just go with white. I'm pretty certain I just go with white. Because I think that was going to be better than what I had thought about. Yeah, I just go with like the white with the white crowd, I think it is. Yeah, I just really like that the best. And they're just going to go with white cabinets. I really do think that it was just... I don't think that she would want pink cabinets, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Putting in a stove, the burglar alarm, the fire alarm, all of that. Gonna get this fridge. I did go with this one. It's a bit more expensive, but I still like it. Putting in the sink, and then just trying to find some curtains. We don't have many curtains for... like over kitchen windows in the base game. And yeah, so I went with this flower one in the like creamy brown tannish color. I don't know what color to call that, but and then I just had to raise it up, and that was fun, I guess I could say. It wasn't the best, but it got done. And then just gonna put in some clutter, some paper towels, some utensils. I think that might be it. And then just going to move this counter out so I could actually have them where I wanted them. So, yeah. Then just going to put the counters back, of course. And then I'm just going to put the table in here. It doesn't need much. She literally has a high chair for her toddler. It's going to be this one, but it has like a blue seat. And then just a couple of brown chairs to match that wood tone. I really liked it. And then I did put a flower on the table, and I think that when the toddler's eating, she probably moves that like away from the toddler to the side, but she likes it to be there, so yeah. And then just gonna get like this china cabinet over here. I really do think that that just fills in the space nicely. And then over here, I do move this one window because I wanted more room for the TV. And I know that sounds crazy, but I wanted more room for there to be like a TV there. So I did put in this TV stand. I honestly, I put a TV on the wall. I liked it better. I did not put the most expensive wall TV though, so there is that. And then just gonna put some flowers. Going to grab a backpack for by the door. I think that the child probably, I know that we don't have daycare or preschool, but we're gonna go with the child goes to daycare or preschool. And then just kind of looking to see what else I wanted in here. Honestly, I was looking for so much stuff that is not in base game, so it's actually kind of fun to just use base game. I did put out this. I think she probably puts his toys in there. Yeah, like I said, I was looking for so much that wasn't base game that I just could not find. So, and then just going to put up a picture above the table. I put that pink one. And back to the living room, we do need a couch still. And honestly, I think she probably wanted the pink. And then just a white rug. a whitish gray rug. I was thinking about like maybe a chair or two, but I was like, that doesn't really fit. And the toy boxes, I was not happy with my toy box options here. Yeah. And then the curtains, they also gave me fits because honestly, the one window is so close to the other window, and yeah. But I did end up on these for base game. I know that they're clipping, but I kind of like how they're sitting a little bit better than other ways. And then this window, it was like, okay, how do I do the curtain here? It's like, okay, what other curtain would not hit that window? And it's like, all of them hit the window. All of them hit the window. So I just have to deal with it, honestly. It just has to happen. So I put those curtains back. And then just kind of put in some white ones over here. Some small, skinny white ones. That was the best that I could do. And then, of course, saving because I did not want to lose all this progress. I know that we've only done a couple of rooms, but honestly, that was a lot still, so yeah. I really wanted a bookcase over here, just because I always think that a bookcase in a house is like, especially in The Sims, it's necessary, because you could get so much stuff through there. You get just books for your Sims to read, to have fun, or even skill books, or homework when the kid grows up and they lose it, because that's like inevitable, but yeah. And then just kind of looking, I really wanted like that coat rack that I know that we have in base game. I just could not find it. I found that, but I didn't really have much hanging space. And yeah, I was still looking and looking and looking, but could not find it. So I just decided to search by coat. I just really was trying not to have to search or anything because I did not know what would kick my base game filter off, and that's a pain to put back on. So yeah. Going to put out this shower tub combo with the pink, a toilet, and then a sink. And I picked the one that has like some storage underneath, because I definitely think that she's taking full advantage of any storage options she can get. I put out that toddler potty, and then going to grab a mirror. I did put this one, but I did raise it up a couple of times just because it kind of was clipping. Putting out some toothbrushes, the toilet paper, the soap. I'm trying to think. I did put out a hand towel. I could not find the one, though, that I would normally use. I don't know what was going on, but I did put out that pink one on the handle. And then I did put out a couple of other towels just to show that, like, there is some people using these towels. I did put them up. It was a struggle trying to figure out where to put them, how to put them. I kind of just put it to where it looked like it was maybe one bar. So I kind of like that, so yeah. And then just going to put out a pink bathrobe and then a blue one. And I do put the blue one on the door as well. I just really think that sizing that down makes it look so cute, especially for a toddler. And then working in this main bedroom, I think I started with the curtains, yeah. But my biggest problem is that this room is not that big. And putting a double bed in here for any part of it, it was difficult. Just gonna put out these curtains. Yeah. It's in that like tannish brown color, but there was no white, so I didn't really have many options there. But yeah, just trying to figure out where to put a double bed in here. So I grabbed this one just to kind of like be like, okay, can it go here? Can it go here? I wanted both sides to still be accessible, but I didn't really know how to make that happen with a nightstand, because I was really hoping to have nightstands as well. But I don't think I ended up putting nightstands in the end because there was just like no room for that. And I don't even remember what bed I picked. I was thinking about that one, but then it was like, I think I picked, this one. And then I was going to try it over here, but then it's like, And again, just trying to figure out where I could put it with two nightstands and it not be in the way. Because I wanted both sides accessible, but I don't remember if I actually keep both sides accessible. I think I do. Yeah, I think I just put it here, and your Sims should be able to get to both sides. I don't think I put nightstands, though. I think I opted instead. I was going to go with these, like, industrial ones, but the more I thought about it, because I started pulling the dresser out, and I was like, this is not the style of the lady that I imagined living here. So I just decided, because I was going to use the nightstands for lights anyway, so I just decided to put a couple of, like, lights on the wall. and I just had to get them at the right height. And then just kind of looking around, seeing what else. I really wanted that picture in there because I just kind of felt like it, I don't know, I felt like it fit her style. And then just gonna put in a pink dresser. I don't remember what I put on top. I know I put a plant. Yeah, some sunflowers, just to brighten up the room a little bit more. And then some books and a picture. Okay. Did not remember the picture, but yeah. And then trying to fit a rug into this space because I love putting rugs under the beds. It was a little difficult because there really wasn't much room there. So, yeah. I for the longest I was thinking I was going to go with this rug. I do not go with this rug. I just didn't like it. I don't remember what rug. I think I went with this one. Yeah, just a plain white and gray. And then I did put a mirror over here in the corner. I really think that she's wanting a mirror to check out and see how she looks in the morning. Just going to put a couple of those bird pictures up there. And then it's on to the toddler's room. I did put in these curtains. I really did like the blue and yellow, and it definitely fit with the rest of the colors. And then just going and grabbing a toddler bed. Honestly, trying to figure out one that fit with the color scheme I had. It was a little bit interesting, but I did go with this one with the blues and the yellow. Putting out some blocks. I knew I had the toy box in the living room, so there was no need to put in another one. I did put in the dinosaur Blarfy. I did size down that dollhouse. I was trying to think, okay, so what all do toddlers need? And I think I have everything covered as far as their skills go. But I did want in a dresser somewhere, and it was like, oh, what do I do here? How do I get that? So it was like, okay, this corner is probably going to be my best bet. And I did put in this one, because then it also gave me some room to put some stuff on top of it. And I was just really indecisive about which one I wanted and what color. So I did go with this, I think. Yeah, it looks like I went with that. Okay, finally, I made a decision. I went with that one. And then, like I said, just putting in some stuff. I put in that like little night light. I did raise up this bear. I just really like the bear. It's really cute. And then, honestly, I don't remember what else I put up there. I think, I did put out this like little horse thing. Putting out the little blue rugs. I put out 2 of those. And then this dinosaur at the end of the bed, that was just too cute. And then I was gonna put out a car. I don't remember if I do or not. I don't think I do. I think I put out these little baskets just like for some more storage for her to have in his room. And then I did put out this like little shoe thing, and I found one that had like the color of the wood that we had been using and the right shoes, and I put out that decal of like the hot air balloons above the bed. As far as over here, I put out the little animal pictures, plus I put out the height chart. I thought that was just too adorable. I did put out like this dinosaur, I put the ladybug, and then over on this other wall I put the elephant. So the bunny does not get put into the room, but I thought it was okay. Just doing a quick save, and then we are going to, I believe, head outdoors. Yeah, okay, so we get a bench for this front porch. Yeah, a white one. I don't know, I really thought that just looked better, plus it didn't blend in. I got the welcome mat. I think I had to go back and get trash cans. I'm not really certain what I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like the little house numbers, but I don't think that's base game. So yeah, I did put out the monkey bars for when the child got older. Put out some planters, and I'm trying to think what else I put out. Oh, a grill. And I think I put out a chair with a table for the mom to sit and watch the kid play, maybe. Yeah, this table, and then I go with this chair. And honestly, I thought it was going to snap to it, but it did not. So I just kind of decided just to make it as if she's sitting there watching the girl and then watching the kid play or something. I think it's fine. And then just going to put out a couple of plants here and there. And honestly, just kind of trying to see and assess if anything else was needed. And this is where I realized I did not put a trash can indoors. So I put this one back here. And then just going to put this one right by the fridge. I needed the mailbox as well, but I don't think I remembered that just yet. I think I just put out a plain one anyway. And then just gonna put out some bushes out front. And that kind of goes around along both sides. I think it goes around both sides. I'm pretty certain I put it down both sides of the house. I guess we're about to find out. And then some trees. Definitely needed some trees here. I did size this one up just so it wouldn't hit the monkey bars, but I did want it in some shade. Put this tree out front. And then put a bigger tree right here. And yeah, I went back and I put the bushes on this side. It just looked better in my opinion. I kind of wish though that I had made them join up at the front, but I still think it looks good either way. So, and then I know I put a mailbox, I just don't think I put it on camera. So we're just going to put in this terrain paint path and then do the rest of the terrain paint. And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone.